Welcome back to the channel, and before we get started with this tutorial, I just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I'm up to 42 subscribers, which to me is a lot. My last shorts that I made did really well, so I just want to say thank you guys so much for that. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I want to see if we can't get it up to 50 subscribers. That would be awesome. But thank you guys so much for showing the support that you have on the channel. And yeah, let's get into the tutorial. What is a bonk, or a bolly, as Bodie Harrison calls it? A bonk is pretty much just using the tire on your one wheel to hit an object in order to get air. It's pretty much just how you get air in the one wheel. In skateboarding, you have ollies. In one wheeling, you have bonks. And so that's just how you get air on a one wheel, unless you have flight fins or overlanders. But without those, this is how you get air. Where would you use a bonk? Well, a bonk is probably one of the most used tricks for a one wheel for many reasons. One, it looks cool. It feels cool. It feels really nice to get the board out off the ground and into the air. It's just a super cool feeling. They're fun, and they have some good uses. Say you're coming up to something like a gap or something and there's a rock in front of it. You can bonk off that rock to clear the gap. I've done that. Trail riding. If you're trail riding and bombing down a trail, there's a bunch of roots. If you bonk that first root while you're bombing it, you'll clear the next few ones, the next roots. So you don't have to sit there and try to absorb all of it. You can just send it over all of it. So it helps for trail riding a lot too. But you can pretty much find a place to bonk anywhere, anytime, and then you can start throwing in other tricks too. You can start doing a bonk 180, a bonk with a body varial, so many other tricks you can do. You can use the bonk to do drops, do a bonk into a drop. It's a super versatile trick, and one that you should definitely learn. Okay, so when working with learning to bonk or bolly, there's kind of three crucial steps that I like to plan it out as. You have your approach, your launch, and your landing. So when you're going up for your approach, don't go too fast. Especially when you're learning, take it slow. Just go up to it. And what you want to do for your approach, get crouched down in a ready position, kind of like get your knees bent, and kind of shift yourself back a little bit like this, so that you can get ready for the motion. Once you have that, then you want to tilt your board back to kind of start to slow down right before you hit the object you want to bonk. Once you have that, that's pretty much your approach. Super simple. Now this is where it gets a little bit trickier. Your launch. On your launch, you want to tip the board really fast into the object that you want to hit. So you want your tire, you pretty much want to slow down and then do like that. So you push it forward, and you want your tire to hit the object as you're accelerating into it. That's what's going to give you that pop motion. And once from there, then you want to work on, while you're in the air, don't let your feet come off the board. You want your feet to try and stay on it. So bend your knees up with the board as it's going up. Sounds a little complicated, but once you do it and try it, it feels super natural. Then once you have that, then you have your landing. Now on your landing, you just want to be sure that you're mostly centered over your board, so it will stay supported, so it supports you when you land. And you want to make sure that your knees are bent so when you land, you can absorb that shock. Otherwise, it could be a little bit squirrely, and it makes it look a lot better too, a lot cleaner of a landing. So that's the general rundown. As far as what you can bonk, pretty much you can bonk anything as long as it's slightly elevated. Then you pretty much have the ability to bonk it. Obviously, if it's more of a slanted or like straight vertical, like little lip or something, you'll get more height on that because of just the way the tire just hits it and bounces, as opposed to an angled one, which is more like just a ramp, but you can still bonk off that. It's just much more subtle of a bonk.